Each workday, there are over 10,000 property documents processed by the Office of the Los Angeles Registrar-Recorder County Clerk. In 2006, over 2.9 million documents were recorded. The role of the recorder is to accept documents for recording by examining them, collecting the fees, indexing the names, making the information available to the public, and returning the documents to the filer. The new Enterprise Recording Archive System, or ERA, streamlines and simplifies almost every area in the recording process. In order to get a clear understanding of how efficiently ERA works, let's take a look at the system that was in place prior to ERA. Upon the completion of a real property transaction, the Recorder Office offers the public several ways to submit their documents for recording. They have the option of bringing their documents in person to the Recorder Office, mailing them to the Recorder Office via U.S. mail, using a private courier service, or having them handled by a title company and prepped and delivered by service providers. Under the old system, upon arrival at the Recorder Office, each and every page was examined and processed by a property conveyance examiner in the Document Recording Analysis section. They verified what type of document, how many pages, and then physically stamped the document number and the date on each page. They also determined and stamped the appropriate fees for each transaction. From there, the documents were sent to the cashier. Their job was to add all the fees to be charged using a standalone cash register, print a receipt, take in the cash or check for the fees. The next stop was indexing, where the name on the document was entered into the grantor-grantee index along with the type of document and the fees paid. The documents were then sent to document imaging to be scanned into the system. The documents were then available for public viewing, and the client had to fill in a form to take to the cashier to purchase copies of the documents. Now, let's take a look at how it works under ERA. Documents arriving via a title company come with the predetermined document number, and a barcode label is attached to each document. If the document arrives via mail or over the counter, the examiner will allocate a document number to the document. The barcode is scanned, and the examiner then examines the documents to determine if they meet the recording requirements and are acceptable for recording. The examiner enters the number of pages, document type code, and fee information. Before, the examiner had to physically hand stamp the date and document type for every document. This is now automatically done as the document information is entered into the system. The applicable fees are then automatically calculated by the system when the examiner enters the document information. The examiner prints out a lead sheet, which is attached to the documents. The documents next move across to the cashier, who brings up a document based on the barcode. The total fees are shown and verified. Under the old system, the cashier had to physically go through and manually add up each of the charges. With payment, the cashier prints out a receipt and document cover sheet. The document now moves to document imaging to be scanned into the system. After that, they are sent to indexing, where the indexing operator enters the name of the grantor and grantee into the system. Previously, they would also have had to enter the type of document and fees. That information is now captured at the examining stage. Once the documents have been scanned and checked, they are returned to the owner, completing the recording process. All documents can be viewed by members of the public in the real estate records section. Copies of the documents can now be easily purchased using the shopping cart application. Once a person has finished shopping, they go to the cashier's window to pay and receive copies of the documents.
The implementation of ERA has improved information and paper flow processes while reducing the tedious, repetitive manual processing steps of the document recording process. These advantages have resulted in an annual cost savings of over $1 million. ERA was designed, programmed, tested, and implemented by the Registrar-Recorder County Clerk technical staff using the latest technology. A strong collaboration between user staff and technical staff developers enabled the design of a system with improved and seamless delivery of the document recording process to all customers.